that I was married to him. Married in 7th, like, who does that? Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. So, if you guys couldn't tell from the title, I'm telling you guys the reasons why I dislike school. And it's not just like about school in general, it's about certain grades of school that I had a lot of problems with, and it's gonna be a story time, obviously. And yeah, for those of you who do not know, which probably is most of you, I am a sophomore in high school, but I do online school. It's just, there's many reasons why, and there's actually really personal reasons why I do online school. This is my first year of it, and I actually really think that there's a lot of good things to it and a lot of bad things to it. I feel like, for me, it is a good option, but it might not be a good option for you. So I am just going to be telling you guys what happened to me, and mainly going to be focusing on 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. And it's not really, I would say, some were bullying, some was just plain old harassment. And it's not, I'm not telling you guys this so that you could pity me. I really do not need it. I have moved on from this. I guess I'm just telling you guys this because I made a lot of mistakes when I went to school. I did a lot of stupid things, and I feel like you guys can learn from this. I feel like it could benefit you, and yeah, so let's just get on with the video. So I'm going to start off just saying I am not using real names. These people who did this stuff to me, I personally do not care. I've moved on from it and I do not want any hate or anything happening with them. So I am using fake names because, I mean, it is what it is, and I just wanted to state that I actually wrote the fake names I'm using on my phone, so that if I'm looking at my phone and I just say a name, that's the reason why, because it's on my phone. So yeah, let's just get on with the video. Okay, so we are going to start with 7th grade. Basically, 7th grade, it was pretty good. In the beginning of the year, I was fine, and I had science class. There were these two kids in my science class, and they were kind of, one, which we are calling him Brian. Brian was kind of annoying. Not a lot of people really liked him. He would do things, okay, I cannot believe I'm even saying this because we were in 7th grade, but he would fart, okay? And he would literally make the dumbest comments after. He'd be like, oh, that was a good one. It was so childish. It was so childish.
Oh, you nasty.
And my friend actually had to sit behind him. She would sit right behind him, and she hated her life because of that. So basically, Brian, one day, he just kind of would make jokes at me and stuff. And I was like, dude, whatever. I don't really care, blah, blah, blah. And let's just mention the fact that I was in 7th grade, and I am nothing like the person I am today. 7th grade, and even a little bit in 8th grade, I was a complete pushover. People would do things to me, and I would never stick up for myself. And now I kind of have turned into this person who's kind of just gonna be okay, this isn't right, I'm doing something about it, you know? So he would kind of say things to me, and I would just be like, dude, whatever, I don't really care. He would make jokes and stuff. So it's not even the fact that he would compliment me too. I one time got an answer in science. He's like, wow, nice job, Allison. And I never really knew if he was joking or if he wasn't. And also, not to mention, in 7th grade, I hated guys. I was not interested in guys. Actually, I didn't even really date anyone until now. My boyfriend and I just started dating, and he's the first ever boyfriend I've had, and I'm in 10th grade now. Legit 10th grade, and I started dating now. Just saying. So boys for me wasn't really a part of my idea, wasn't part of my plan. I just did not want to get involved with that stuff. And so, yeah. So then one day in science, we had to make an instrument, and then we had to show it off to the class. So I made a guitar. So at the end, there was this kid, and we are calling him Cole. He was the class clown almost. He would do things just to make people laugh and stuff, and it was just hilarious. And he actually made this one with a harmonica almost with straws, and he just sang Sweet Home Alabama with his instrument. It was everyone was dying laughing, and I legit after said, oh my gosh, Cole, can I have your autograph, as a joke. And this kid was like, oh yeah, sure, and we were both joking around. They legit would do such stupid things. I did cheer for my school, and okay, this is so cliche, but literally, you know how every single school has that one popular clique? We had those. And I actually was very close to becoming friends with one of them. And I did not write down a name for her, so we're gonna figure out a name for her.
20 minutes later.
Okay, so I am deciding to name this girl Megan. Megan, she was kind of like, I don't want to say the leader of the Puppy Girls, and honestly, I had nothing against them. They didn't seem to be really that mean. They weren't mean at all, in fact. They were actually very sweet, but I feel like they did a lot of stuff for attention. They did cause a lot of drama. And honestly, my life has a lot of drama in it, which I'm not proud of, which is actually why I kind of am enjoying online school, because I can get away from that. Because high school, it's just so much drama, it's so much pressure, and it's like, you don't need that. You don't need the anxiety, you don't need the stress. That is my opinion. But Megan, she noticed how Brian and Cole would always, you know, just kind of like mess with me, and she thought like, I could use this to my advantage, you know. She kind of was like, okay, like that's interesting. And I would always hang out with her before we had a game, because, you know, we cheered together. We'd always like hang out. We actually became really good friends with the group, which was a really big mistake because it just totally screwed me over in the end. So there was this boy, and his name was Devin, and Devin was friends with Megan and all the other Puppy Girls, and he was also friends with Cole. So I don't really know if Devin and Brian were friends, but I do know that Devin and Cole were really good friends, and he was also friends with like Megan and stuff. So he was friends with like the group of puppies, and I happened to have had English with him. So kind of like had this idea of like, ooh, Allison and like Devin would be really great together, you know? And it just kind of was like, for me, a screw over, because I was like, why would you start trying to cause this? You know, why would you want that? But I later realized how much of I was their energy. I was like, oh, I'm giving them drama, I'm causing problems, I'm entertaining them. And I really did not know how to react to any of this, because I was like, what the heck, this is really confusing, this is kind of annoying, like I don't want to be involved with this. And I was very rude, because I was very angry about this. I was like, this needs to stop, this isn't okay. And actually, I remember one time I was in English class, and Devin was like talking to me, and he's saying stuff like, and he was like hitting on me and flirting with me, and I was like, dude, like leave me alone, I'm trying to do my work. And my teacher even noticed it too, and she was kind of worried. She was like worried about me. She was like, are you okay? And I was like, yes, I'm fine, I want to focus, and these kids are annoying me. And I never got into a group with him again because of this. But Devin he wouldn't let that go. He just kept on kind of playing around with me and like joking around with me. And then one day I was talking to Megan, and we were next to each other, and I literally said to her, what is it going to take for this to stop? And she's like, what do you mean? I said, okay, she said like, how about this? Like, I don't know who came up with the idea, but the deal was if she did something to embarrass herself, I would ask out Devin, which I never really thought she would actually do it. But hey, that's why you don't gamble, because she ended up actually doing it, and I realized I have to ask out Devin. Crap. So once I realized this, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. So Devin realized he didn't know anything about this. He never knew about this. And then I asked him, I like literally said to him, like, dude, are you going to the game tonight? And he said, oh no, I'm not. And I was like, great. So I tell Megan, it's like, oh well, he's not coming to the game tonight, so I guess I'm gonna have to ask him out another time. And Megan decides to take out her phone and call Devin and say, hey, come on, get to the game. You're gonna go, right? And he's like, no, I'm not. And she's like, come on, go. You have to go. You have to. And he was like, okay, fine, I guess I'll go. And he had his mom drop him off at the game, and I didn't know this, and I saw him, and I ran into the girls' bathroom, and I literally hid in there.
I'm always in the bathroom because I'm hiding, and I've kind of adapted it as my workspace, like my little office, like, hello, welcome to Carol's bathroom.
And this was in like 7th grade. Keep that in mind. This was in 7th freaking grade. And I literally almost started crying in the stall. And the girls were all looking for me. And I hid at the end of the stall. Like, cause like what it is you walk in there's this whole little hallway with a mirror, and then you go around, and that's where the bathroom is, and then there's another door that way, and that is where the locker rooms are. And then there's a door that way, all the way to that way, which leads to the boys' locker room, I think. I've never been in that door, but you know, it's fine. Basically, everyone's looking for me. And these two girls actually found me, and they looked at me. I literally looked at them, and they walked away and said, guys, I can't find her. Bless those two girls. Bless them, because they were I literally was like, and everyone was freaking out because they're like, oh my god, did she go into the boys' locker room? I ended up going around, sneaking back down the stairs and hiding like outside. And actually I even heard in the hallway, like they were talking to Devin. He's like, I don't like her like that. It was a joke. I don't like her like that. Like, why did you do this, Megan? And he ended up going outside in the it's like we did basketball cheer. So it was like freezing outside. He legit would rather go outside than stay inside the school. Like, same, buddy, same. Anyways, so it was just so much for me, and I ended up coming back and I was like, look, Megan, I don't want to do this. I'm not okay with this. I'm not comfortable. And she was like, fine, whatever. But that didn't stop Brian and Cole from bothering. But like Brian, he kind of got bored like after a while. But Cole didn't want to stop. You have to think about it this way. This started this was going on. It didn't stop until like the last day of school. Like it did not stop until the last day of school of my 7th grade. And actually it continued on throughout a little bit of 8th grade. But it started like when I started doing cheer for basketball, which was in like December, maybe November. So this was going on for like so many months, and not to mention it distracted me from actually school. And I did not feel comfortable going to school anymore. I didn't want to go. It was so hard to deal with. The thing that sucked is I kind of really figured out who my real friends were, and it just was terrible because I had a group of friends, and it's not that they weren't rude, because I don't think that they realized how much it was affecting me, but they kind of did some things that kind of bothered me. Like for instance, my sister does lacrosse, and she really wanted me to join lacrosse, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll do like one practice. So I did that, and my friend was like, oh, Cole does lacrosse. Is that why you're really joining? And I was like, Cole does not do lacrosse. What are you talking about? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, fine, you know what? I'm so sure I'm gonna go up and ask him, which was stupid of me. Like, legit stupid of me. So I go up to Cole and I'm like, hey, do you do lacrosse? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh. Meanwhile, Devin was literally right next to him. So then I walk away and I go back to my seat, and this was during lunch. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing lacrosse anymore. But no, that didn't stop me. I actually just didn't really like lacrosse, but whatever. And then Cole and Devin both walk up to my lunch table, and my friends, like some of my friends left to go to the bathroom. They just left after they saw them coming. Cole sat on Devin's lap, which was weird enough. And my friends were like, they almost basically invited him over. Like they were like welcoming, like, oh yeah, like sit here, like sit here. And they were just like eating all this up, and it was like hilarious. This was not Megan or anyone else. This was my actual real friend. And for me, I was like, are you serious? Like this is ridiculous. And actually after that, I went with my friend, my real friend. I don't know if she's comfortable with me saying her real name or not, but let's say her name is Abby. Abby, we still are really good friends. She was actually really nice to me, and she saw me crying. And before I can tell you guys what happened next, I just want to state the fact that Cole was so interesting as a person. He legit told everyone in the school that I was married. Like, not like that we were dating, that I was married to him. Married in 7th, like, who does that? Like, who actually does that? That is so stupid. Like, dude. Okay, I'm sorry, that was like really annoying. But anyways, this is like turning into a full-on rant, man. Okay, calm down. So, basically, he would tell people we were married. He would make up all these lies. And there's actually this girl, let's say her name is Melissa, afraid of anyone. She was kind of just like, you don't tell me what to do, I do what I want to do. You know, she was that kind of student. And she was friends with Cole, and we were a little bit of friends. You know, we were a little bit of friends. And she would always say stuff to stick up for me, because I had study hall with him also, and after study hall, like, because we had this thing called talk time, and basically 5 minutes of talking before school ended, and he would come up to my table while I was doing my homework and sit next to me and be like, hey wifey, and like say all this stuff to me, like, oh, like blah blah blah. Actually one day it was on my birthday, like he's like, hey babe, what do you want for your birthday? And I was so mad. I just looked at him and replied, a divorce. And I walked away, and he literally was so stunned, and it was great. It was like one of my kind of good comebacks. Getting back to the video, he would always come up to my study hall. He'd always say stuff to bother me. He'd always do stuff to annoy me. He knew it annoyed me. He still did it though. And the thing for me is, after that happened, I kind of, like, he would always hit on me. He would say stuff like, oh, you're so pretty, and I'd be like, leave me alone. I kind of had a wall up. And I think that he might have had something to do with this, to why I didn't really want to date anyone. I always had a wall up. Like, a lot of people asked me to go to winter prom with them. A lot of guys did. I turned them all down because I was like, nope. Like, you know. And it's not that I didn't like them or anything like that. I mean, I just kind of like them as friends, you know. But I just didn't have that interest. It was in 9th grade when I was in. But getting back to the story, how many times can I get off track? My mom was noticing that this was happening, and she thought it was adorable. She's like, oh, you should be with Cole. And I was like, ew, mom, boys have cooties. And she's like, oh, but he's so cute. And I was like, not interested. Like, he legit went up to my mom and was like, your daughter is beautiful. Leave me alone and my mother alone. What did we do to deserve this? Okay, so remember how I said I'm not affected by this anymore? I'm not. I'm really not. I don't know why I'm getting so triggered. Oh my god! I feel like I just kept in a lot of anger because I never really found out why he did this. I think it might have been because Cole did have some feelings for me. But yeah, so as you can tell, after this happening for many months, it got more and more annoying, and cheer ended and he would still do it to me, and it got really annoying. And that was actually when, like, I don't even know when this was. I think it might have been in May, like the beginning of May, that then he came to my lunch table and I was sobbing. I was crying to my friend Abby, and she was like, Allison, you can't deal with this any longer. It is distracting from your life. You need to go and tell someone. And for me, I thought, like, what are they gonna do? Like, my teachers told him to stop, he didn't listen. Like, you know, what are they gonna do? So I went to my guidance counselor, and I was always afraid that if I told people, they would call me a tattletale. And you know what, if they did, they did, because there's nothing, it's not okay to do. So I went to my guidance counselor, and I actually legit said, like, hi, I'm so sorry to bother you. She was so sweet, by the way. I was like, I'm so sorry to bother you, but I am having so much anxiety and so many problems. There is this kid, and he's telling everyone that we are married, and I don't know why. And her response is, what? Who is doing this? And I respond, I said, Cole, and I said his like actual name. I told him her name, and she's just like, oh, yeah, he's annoying, that makes sense. Like, that was like her actual response. Like, she knew who I was talking about. She said, yeah, I get a lot of complaints from him. He's not, yeah, I will have that fixed right away for you. After I told my guidance counselor, they left me alone. Like, they actually would not say a word to me because they were so scared that they would get in trouble again. Until the last day of school, and actually, there's a new person. Okay, so there's this new kid, and we're naming him, like, Liam. And he's not, like, new to the school. He was, like, in this the whole entire time. I just never really talked about him. And he really wouldn't do anything to offend me. He was such a sweet kid. Actually, I really wish I could apologize for the way I treated him, because this is the one thing I actually generally feel terrible about. I never realized that he had this humongous crush on me. I never realized it, and I regret that so much because he was so nice. And I just thought that everyone that was friends with Cole and friends with Brian were the enemy. I thought that they were, like, jerks. I like, don't talk to them, don't do this, don't do that. But what happened was on the last day of school, I kind of, like, we were all outside just doing whatever we wanted to do. It was the last day of school, we could have a party, we could have fun, you know, whatever. And Cole thought, like, I can't get in trouble. It's the last day of school. They can't do anything to me if I mess with her. So he thought it'd be funny to, like, bother me again and stuff like that. And so he kind of would, like, say stuff, like, aim towards me, and then I kind of was, like, fighting back. I was like, not dealing with this, nope. And I would, like, say stuff back to him that was, like, it wasn't really rude, but it was, like, jokes, you know. And then finally, later on, he calls me over, and his friends are all around, and this is so terrible, but I was like, oh, this was so terrible. But he kneels on the ground. He picks up a sunflower. He's like, Allison, will you go out with me? And I look at him straight in the eye and said, no. And I just walked away. No, before I could even walk away, his friend was like, why don't you want to go? No, it wasn't even, it was Devin. It was Devin. Devin pulls me aside. He's like, come on, why don't you want to go out with him? He's so hot. And I was like, really? Then why don't you date him? Like, I'm not interested. So after that, this kid, Liam, walks up to me and he's just like, hey, Allison, can you sign my yearbook? And I was like, yeah, of course, I sign it and whatever. And then I take it away, and he's like, oh, thanks so much. Like, you know, he was so sweet. And then this other girl comes to me, and she's like, did you sign his yearbook? And I was like, yeah. She's just like, oh, he likes you. I'm like, oh, he did? I didn't know he felt that way about me. And she's like, wait, do you like him back? And I was like, no, I'm not really interested, sorry. So I feel really bad. I mean, I feel like I could have done something differently. Like, I feel like, and for those of you who some of you probably might be like, wait, you didn't even do anything. but I did. I kind of made him think that I liked him back, and I didn't mean to. It's just I did not know what I could do, how I'd act, or anything like that around guys, because I didn't know if they liked me, or if they were playing with me, or if I was a toy in their attention, you know, like anything like that. But continuing back to the story, I ended up going back into the auditorium, and that is where we were signing yearbooks, like even more, like all the students actually like were signing them and stuff. And both Devin and Cole come up to me like, will you sign my yearbook? And I was like, fine. And then I gave them my yearbook, and they both signed it. And I signed mine with both of theirs. And I look at my yearbook, and when they give it back to me, Devin signed it, and he put a heart, a really messed up heart by the way, next to his name. And Cole put his name, and then he put his number and said to call him, which I really wish I could say I never called him. My friends prank called him a lot. It like had nothing to do with like, we just kind of were just like bored, and we're like, hey, let's just like prank call Cole, cause like we're bored and like he deserves it. Yeah, so I'm gonna probably see, like maybe later on I'll make a part 2 into the story. But this was all of this happened in 7th grade. Like all of it happened in 7th grade. Any like videos you would like me to do? Can I talk now? Thank you. If you guys have any requests or any videos. What? Oh, do you want to say goodbye? Come on! You want to be in the video? You want to come on? Good? Good? Okay. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any requests or for any videos that you want me to do, please comment down below what they are. If you like my dog, then you should really subscribe to my channel and like this video, because he's adorable. Really adorable. So yeah, remember I post videos every single Friday. Bye! You say bye? Bye. I love you.